What's up everybody, Tony here with HighTechCheck, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Melofun Powerpods wireless Bluetooth earbuds. Now these earbuds have Bluetooth 5.0, they have 10mm drivers built inside, they have an IPX5 water resistance rating, so they can handle sweat, some splashes, maybe the occasional spills, but you don't want to use them for swimming. And the playback time is about 8 hours for just the earbuds, and then the case itself can charge up the earbuds about 4 to 5 times more. It also takes about an hour and a half to fully charge the earbuds from dead to 100%. I will also be putting a link in the description in case you guys want to purchase these yourself. And if you guys like me and you want to support my channel, please use those links because it helps me keep purchasing products to do reviews for you guys. So let's go ahead and see what you get inside the box. Here we have the case. It's like a little round circle here. Open it up. There's a USB Type-C charging port on the bottom there. And then there's a little red LED that blinks to let you know it's charging and solid when it's done. And here are the earbuds. And here we have the accessories, a little USB Type-C cable, some extra tips, some other tips, and then your user manual. And then here's what the earbuds look like. So they kind of just rest in your ear. And then you can tap the outside here for touch gestures. They also have dual microphones to help with the clarity of your voice. And little charging connections on the bottom there. So one thing I will tell you that's really important when it comes to earbuds is the size of these tips. The first thing you're going to want to do is go through all of these sizes of the tips, try on each one, and whichever one fits your ear the best, that's what you're going to use, because if you get one that's too small, it will let in extra sound from like outside sources, and you won't get the best sound quality out of these earbuds. It's going to sound super tinny, super flat, so you want to make sure that you get the right tip that fits your ear. And if you get something that's too big, it's not going to sit in place. So very important, make sure that you get the right tip for your ear. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these set up to my phone. I'm using an iPhone 11 Pro Max. Here I am in the Bluetooth settings here. I'll go ahead and open this up. And right when you take out the earbuds from the case, as you can see, they show up in the Bluetooth menu. So we'll go ahead and select that. Okay, as you can see, they are connected. If you like listening to symphony, they sound amazing. Touch gestures work really well. Press once to pause. As you can see, it paused. Press again to restart. Restart. Double tap to go to the next track. Double tap on the left side to go rewind or go to the previous. Touch gestures work perfectly. You have pretty good bass. Nice clear sound. So here I'm playing some David Banner. It's got some good bass. It's not the best bass that I've heard in an earbud, but it's definitely good. So these earbuds are pretty much made of all plastic. That's pretty much the standard. On the bottom here, it's got like a metal piece with some connectors, and then a metal ring here for touch. It also has a little LED there that you can see that's flashing on and off because it's not paired with my phone. And then the little speaker on the inside is metal as well. And if we take a look at the charging case, this also has like a rubbery soft material on it, and it is all made of plastic except for the little logo right here, and then the little metal latch on the back, and then on the bottom for the charging port. And then on the inside, it's pretty much all plastic as well. Okay, and then when you're not listening to music or anything like that, you can also access Siri or Google if you have Android by just holding on the earbud for at least 2 seconds, not more, because it'll shut it off. What's the weather like today? Now you can also answer and end phone calls with touch as well. When you get an incoming call, you can touch to answer the call. And then if you want to end or ignore it, you just hold it in for 2 seconds. Now, like I said before, they do have a good sound. The bass is good. It's not the best I've heard, but I'm sure you can also go into your EQ and change some of those settings too if you don't really like the way that it is out of the box. Every phone's going to be different, like from iPhone to Android, they're both going to be different. I know Android has an EQ that you can change more than just some of the presets that are on the iPhone. So you can kind of play around with that and get the best sound that you think is good. They do sit in your ear pretty well, and this is what they look like. So the one thing you can't do with these earbuds is raise and lower the volume. So you're going to have to set that on your phone. Once it's set, then that's pretty much what the volume is going to be until you change it on your phone again. Now, as far as the sound quality goes, these earbuds do have some good sound quality. Like I said, if you love listening to symphony, these definitely have a really good tone for symphony, and for pretty much everything else, it's very clear. The bass is pretty good. It's not the deepest bass I've heard before in an earbud, but it's definitely good. The touch gestures seem to work really well. Every time I touch the earbud, they do respond. So the amount of playback time that you get is going to vary from person to person. The louder that you have the earbud, the less time it's going to last you. So I'd probably set it at a nice even tone and just leave it there for the best battery life. And then when you're done with the earbuds, you just put them back in the case here. Make sure you put them in properly. This is what they look like inside. And then on the back here, it'll have the little charging light to let you know that they are charging. Now, the way that these earbuds turn off and on is when you put them inside the case. They don't work by the hinge opening up. They actually work by you physically taking them out of the case. So when you put them in, they'll disconnect, and when you take them out, they'll reconnect to your phone. And then here's a little clip of what your voice would sound like using earbuds talking to somebody on your phone. The Bluetooth connection on these seemed to be excellent as well. I just went all over my basement and upstairs in my house, and there was not one time where I had static or a disconnect from the phone. Like I said, the Bluetooth antennas are different in every phone. It's going to differ from people's different houses, the type of materials that are used. But in my experience, me leaving this in my office downstairs, walking all over upstairs in the house, there was not one time where I got disconnected or heard static. So Bluetooth connection is pretty excellent. I also use the touch gestures all over my house, and it seemed to work every time as well. Okay, so now that I've had a chance to use these earbuds for the past week, I'm going to give you my experience and some of the pros and cons that I think you guys should be aware of. I was actually pretty surprised with these earbuds. I haven't had really good experiences with past earbuds, especially with the touch gestures usually working. They just, I don't know, for some reason, they're just not really consistent, and you can't really rely on them when you have them in your ear, but these are definitely a different story. Now, when I was using these, I didn't have any problems with them staying in my ear, provided that you use the right tip. When I was in the process of fitting the tips for my particular ear, I did come across, ones that are too big, ones that are too small, and they did fall out. But like I said, if you find the right tip like I did, you won't have any problems with these falling out of your ear. You can bend over, you can walk around, you can turn your head, and the earbuds will stay in your ear. They also have a really great sound. Again, the bass isn't super punchy. It's good for the earbuds, but as far as the sound quality itself, it actually has a really good sound quality, which is pretty much why you're buying the earbuds in the first place. Another really great thing is the connection time. Every time I've taken these earbuds out of the case, they've connected to whatever device I've had them paired to within a matter of seconds. And like I said before, the touch gestures work flawlessly. Every single time I've touched or tapped the side to start or stop my music or to go to the next track, they've worked flawlessly. Again, that's something I haven't really experienced very well with other earbuds, but Melofun does this perfectly. I was also able to consistently have these in my ear for an hour or two with them not really giving me any discomfort. Again, this is based on you getting the right tip for your ear, because if you have something that's too big, it's obviously going to hurt your ear after a while. But if you get something that fits just right, you really shouldn't have any discomfort for the time that you're actually going to be using these. Now, the connection distance on these was really great. When I use these with my iPhone, I could pretty much walk everywhere in my house, upstairs, downstairs. There was no disconnection, there was no static. It worked flawlessly. But when I had these connected to my iMac, as soon as I went upstairs, there was some crackling, some statics and disconnects. So it's definitely going to depend on what device you have these paired up with. We know that they can be great, but it's not really going to be the earbuds' fault. It's going to be how well the device sending that information signal strength is going to be for the earbuds. Now, there were also a couple cons to these earbuds. They definitely don't outweigh the good. There's definitely more good than bad. So I would definitely recommend these earbuds, but I just want to let you know of some of these cons. So they stated that there was about an 8-hour playback time, and in my experience, I only got about 5 hours and 20 minutes on a full charge, and that was directly fully charged from the case. So they missed their mark a little bit on the battery life, but 5 hours is still pretty good, and you can still charge them up fairly quickly from the case. Another thing I experienced on this that really isn't a deal breaker, it's just something I wanted to mention, was the lid on this case is super flimsy. It doesn't have any resistance whatsoever to keep it from just falling forward. So there was a lot of times when I would open it up to put my earbuds in that I would just barely tap it with my finger in the back and it would fall forward. I would just like to see a little bit more resistance, but other than that, it's not a deal breaker, it's just an observation. That's pretty much it for the Melofun earbuds. Again, I would definitely recommend these if you guys are looking for a good pair of earbuds to pick up. I will also be putting a link in the description in case you guys want to pick these up yourself. And if you guys like me and you want to support my channel, please use those links because it helps me keep purchasing products to do reviews for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell to let you guys know when I put out new videos. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.